Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. This is the TCR Challenge, and this is Season 11. It's the final 2 rounds, Russ. It's going to be great. In the booth with me is Russ Cowell. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Pete. Good afternoon, fans.
Yeah, and I'm Pete, and we've got no Wobbly because he was crying about how ill he was yet again. I think this is COVID number 18 or something like that for Wobbly. He goes around licking people's eyeballs or whatever he does. Why have I got Mark Draper's name showing? Don't know. There we go. Yeah, licking windows. Yeah, that's what it'll be. But this is it, folks. We are at Red Bull Ring. It's 39 degrees, so it's quite hot for these cars. We've got quite a field. 15, 16, 17. I think that's 18 cars, Russ. That is quite a healthy field.
Yeah, and it's... I don't know if it's going to be close or quite well spread at the minute. There's 2 seconds between most of the field. With a Sam Blees limping around trying to get a lap in by the looks of it.
At the minute, yeah, he's not put a time up on the board. He's got time enough. I mean, there's 9 minutes left. I'm completely drowned out by the sound of the engines at the minute. I don't know about you.
This track doesn't hold itself very well for car sounds. It doesn't give you a break.
It doesn't, no. So, at the moment, Spencer's on top. Do you want to just spend a few minutes for everybody at home letting us know what's going on in... We'll go for the top 5 this time, shall we?
Yep.
Because I think anybody outside the 5 is not going to feature in this battle for the title. I think there might only be 2 of them fighting it out.
Yeah, there is only 2. So we've got Sam Blees currently in first for Geodesic Racing with 1,343 points. Closely followed by 11-point difference, Stephen Walker 2 for Spectre 6 with 1,332 points. And then we've got Gary Craig in third. He's down 213 points from Stephen, so unfortunately I don't think he'll make any advancements onto first or second. However, Matt Elmore is in fourth for Spectre 6 Orange, and he's only 52 points behind. And then you've got Spencer McCarthy, who is 65 points behind Matt. So you could say it's over for third, fourth, and fifth, and the race is really first and second. But we never know what's going to happen, and one person dropping out or a disconnect, or as we know around here, a lot of incident points.
Yeah.
Because it's Incident City. If someone goes over that threshold, that could be a killer.
It could. We've got one new racer in tonight. That's Mark Draper on your screens at the moment. He's already said he's not going to get in any battles that'll make any difference to the championship, but he's here to race, and it's great to see him back. He's very, very capable racer. He's been in the GT4 TCR Challenge before. In TCRs, he drove the Audis when there was only one car. And yeah, great to see him back.
I love his name, by the way, in the lobby. In the actual lobby, for me, he's called Mar Draper.
Yeah, no. Class. So, no Jack... Is it Jack James?
Jack James isn't here again. He's probably...
Still skiing. Still skiing.
He's not, I don't think he's actually skiing in the Alps now. I think he's actually just skiing people. For those that don't know what that means, don't Google it. And we won't explain it on the stream because, you know, I don't want Pete to get banned.
It's a family show.
Yeah. But, I mean, he did... I think it was Jack that mentioned he'll be back for the TCRs next season. He was asking about GT3. I think it was him that asked about that.
No, it was Jamie Jeffrey that was asking about GT3. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't see us doing a GT3 league anytime soon. There's just not enough people to cover it. We can barely cover what we've got at the moment, and what we've got is brilliant. So we will stick with this.
We have got even better coming next season with the Clios turning up.
Oh yeah. Now we need to do a meeting of the Fellowship of the G-String again and find out what the community wants to do. That seems to be working well.
Are you going to invite the one Spectre 6 driver?
Yeah. I'll invite you this time, seeing as Stephen's clearly a Geo 6 driver or something like that. I don't know.
Fiercely Geo 6, yeah.
That's funny. So, What's the team championship look like? Is that all sewn up?
I'm gonna say yes, simply because, as per usual, the Geo boys seem to run away with it. Well, first place is Geo with 2344,
Yeah.
and Spectre 6 at 2,155. So there's like what, 190 points difference roughly.
Yeah.
Hashtag quick maths.
Yeah.
189 points is that? I think it's 189
It is.
points.
Yeah, that's too much to overcome, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think unless Sam and Spencer don't race tonight, which we know they are doing because they're in here and Sam's put it on pole at the minute.
Yeah.
I think that is sealed. Although, to our surprise, and I'm going to say to their surprise most likely, that Team Chimera are third in the team championship.
It's consistency in an underperforming car, though, isn't it? The consistency gets them the points at the end of it, and they turn up for every race, etc. And not everybody does. I'm going to jump in the car. Oh, that's not the car. That's the car. And just do a lap here as we head across the stripe to the first turn, which is the Nicky Lauda curve. Lots and lots of curb on the outside, lots on the inside, and do not go over that sausage curb because it can actually break certain cars. I don't know whether it can break any of these. Oh, it can. Right, okay. And you get a lovely 1x, and sometimes a slow down if you go a bit too far. Again, we're coming up here to Remus, which is another right-handers. Right-handers are a feature. Cut this one very closely, very slow onto the gas because it's all uphill. It feels like it's kind of off-camber-ish because the way the wheels spin underneath you, but it's not. It's the camber's with you, and it's still with you all the way over this hill. As we head into, I'm going to call it turn 3 because I can't remember the name of it. It's got a strange German or Austrian name, I think. So down the hill we go through all these curves, and I remember the next one's called Roach turn, which is the first of the left-handers that you find. So your tyres are generally not set up for this corner because they've cooled off as they've gone along. And then you scream down here to Worth, which is the second of our left-handers. And then hug the right-hand curb as much as you can here. Straighten the steering out to maximise the speed as somebody's getting out of the way there. And head towards Rint, which is the penultimate, right-hander. Loads of curb here as well. Don't do exactly what Stephen's just done and run really wide there, but do take lots and lots of curb on these ones, just not as much as that, because that's the Red Bull curve, I think it is called, or Red Bull turn, which is the final turn on the course. It's quite, you do get time to think on this track, don't you? There's a big gaps between the turns, but positioning your car is fairly vital, Russ.
Yeah, I don't even, the straights are very long, and then you go into a corner, you're trying to do what you do, but you get an off track no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you spend all that time thinking about what you've got to do at a certain point in the race to find yourself getting 17 off tracks and going, right now it's time to pit. And I reckon, let's be honest, Carl Hardy's already mentioned he'll get it twice. I'm hoping he does because I think that'll be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And I want to see it mixed up top. I want to see if someone does it up top. We saw it last week with the pits from both Sam and Spencer at Oran Park. Hopefully no one does it this week, but we all know that going into this pit as well in race 2, which they've all got to do, it can be make or break on you getting that slow down into the pits because the white line sneaks up on you quite quickly when you're going around that corner.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because if we go on board again quickly, hopefully he'll finish the lap. We've been with Stephen for a long time. We'll switch to one of the other protagonists in a moment, although Sam and Spencer are both in the pits at the moment. So the car on the right there is staying out of the way. You come around this corner like you were describing, that's a lot of grass, and it's on your right there somewhere, and he's about to rage smash his car into little pieces, because that's the second time in 2 laps he's done that. Still got the Frey Bentos pie livery on Carl Hardy's car. Doing a great job there for pie sales around the world. So we've got 45 seconds, so if you're not on a lap, you're not going to do a lap. and there's only Simon Trendle on track on a lap, and he's quite far down the field, Russ. I don't think that Honda has the grunt for this track, do you?
No, the long straights kind of straight away ruin the chances of the Honda being quick around here. Although, I was going to say, where's Jamie's just behind him.
I know.
I don't think the car's going to have a lot in it.
No, I think that it's annihilated.
We still got Tony Walker on track, is he?
Yes, he is. Yeah. So he's heading down now, down the big steep bit.
And he's pulling up.
He is. He's pulling over. And Simon's. Oh, it's because the session's finished. If you can extend gridding, that would help me a lot. Thank you very much.
Done.
Excellent work. And I'll run through this lot. So, for your penultimate round of the season, this is round 23. Enormous stakes on the line here. Sam Blease is your poleman. So that doesn't do Stephen Walker any good. For Geodesic Racing. His teammate is next to him. So this is the Great Wall of Geo. Is in second place, Spencer McCarthy. Third is Mark Draper. So he said he wasn't going to get involved. He's already involved. In third place. Fourth is Matt Elmore for Spectre 6 Orange. Also a Geo driver. We think. For Geo 6, it's Stephen Walker off 5th. Jamie Jeffrey for CCR off 6th. Carl Hardy goes off 7th for Safeguard by Results. 8th is Gary Craig. Unusual to see him out of the top 5 at the start of a race. 9th is Jason Haddington for RWC Racing Blue. Chris Needham for RWC Racing Red is next to him. In 10th. 11th is Roger Morton. Matt Flannery goes off 12th for Geodesic Racing White. And 13th is David Etz for Result Clothing iRacing Team. Simon Trendle, the first of the Team Chimera cars, in 14th. 15th is his teammate Jamie Wilson. Michael Seal goes off 16th for Speedrow by Result. Tony Walker off 17th, unusual to see him that far down the field for Spectre 6. JB Dejew in 18th for BSTV Esports. Andrew Littler rounds out the field, 19th and last for Result Clothing iRacing Team. So,
hello, Alan.
Oh, there's Alan here. Alan is with us. Excellent. Don't know why I just pressed that. We don't want to see that one. We want to see this one.
I'm actually surprised to see Michael further down.
Everybody's flashing the lights. You can all quit that right now.
It's the last race. Let them do it. As we get ready.
Green flag.
And we are green for the penultimate race of the season.
Oh, and there's several cars that didn't get off on a very good launch, and both Hondas flying through the middle of them both. Absolutely on it.
Yeah.
Jamie and Simon making moves straight away from the get-go.
They've done really well, actually. They're up in the middle of the pack already. That was awesome.
I think Simon gained 6 places.
That's crazy. Right, what's happening towards the front? We'll have a quick look.
Got no for the championship. Mark's left Stephen the room. Fair play, he did say he wasn't going to get racing with him. He's let Stephen through.
Yeah, he's going to join in about 4th. I think he was... Oh, 5th, 6th. He's dropping.
Maybe. Again, though, I think he knows that these guys are all racing for points, and it is quite close between them all. We're just going to see Gary go down the inside of Matt. Oh
no, that's a turn. And he straightened him up again. So, fair play.
I think that was Matt catching it and Gary just leaving him. But however, I'm just going to say that was on purpose, because I heard Gary come into Discord and a little birdie told me that he was going to hit Matt and crash him on purpose.
Right. Well, there you go.
There we go. We already had that insight coming. I'm surprised. I should have called it earlier. People going really wide into that sand trap. Needs to be really careful because that can slow the car down a bit too much.
Yeah, Michael Seal was a bit wide there, I think. As we finish our first lap with the 2 Geo cars
pushing each other around.
Yeah, and getting a pretty big gap. That must be an off track for Stephen in the background there. As the rest of the field compiling round, and you're right, those 2 Chimera cars are doing a great job. They got the jump on loads of people.
Yeah, I think when these two get
Well, that's
through,
wide. That's very wide. I don't
is
know
that
whether there's a couple of
Roger?
slowdowns. Roger and Simon, I think it was.
Simon looks like he's had to come out of that a little bit, otherwise he would have got to slow down. Or has he? No, he has got to slow down.
I think he has. He wouldn't be going that
Oh
slow.
no, no. I
No,
think
no.
it might have just been. It might have just been the fact that he had to leave it. Oh,
They do stack up there, don't they?
yeah, that corner, because everyone's got different brake markers. So if the guy in front of you doesn't brake where you like to brake,
Yeah.
then you're either gonna eat the rear bumper. I'll say it like that, or or you can send it down the inside as long as they leave room. But not many people leave room around there.
Jamie Jeffrey racing safe again. There's Jamie Wilson is defending, I think that is, against Matt Flannery. Both these two Chimera cars up 3 positions from the start. And up at the very front, Stephen Walker's already looking at a 2.5 second gap to the leaders.
Look at all them cars together though.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all together. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars together.
Simon Trendle's got the front bumper of his Honda buried underneath the rear bumper of Michael Seale's car as Mark Draper gets well out of the way ahead of them.
And the one thing that can do, that can really unsettle the Elantra, especially into a corner.
Ah, right, okay.
Because the one thing that we all forget, and Matt being the main prime suspect on me, was we was doing Daytona. And we were like, we're both in the Elantra, it should be fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, it was in the league race. I ended up doing a 360 and carrying going.
Yeah.
I came just off the oval to get it back around.
So that is Jamie Jeffrey doing a move on Carl Hardy and making it stick. That was lovely. Gary Craig shuffled himself back to where I expected him to be, gridded 8th, which I thought was well off. And he's into 4th now and sticking with Stephen Walker. I think the Veloster suits this track a little bit better than other tracks.
He was struggling. Oh, and is that cap on Carl?
It is. Carl Hardy getting lifted out of the corner by a Geo driver.
Oh, he's still there though.
Oh, he is, and he's turned
spinning
him
again.
Yeah, he's had him.
That's going to be frustrating for Matt.
I think so. Yeah, he's dropped. Oh well, all the places.
He's just dropped them all. But the worst thing is, was he not in contention for Gary? No.
No, not quite. Anyway, he was making his way past Carl, and then Mark Draper was his next target.
No, but for points wise.
Oh, sorry. I see what you mean.
52 points behind Gary.
Bit of a shove there from Roger Morton on Simon Trendle. Simon's gone super wide to try and repay the favour, and
Jamie comes down the inside. Look at that.
Nearly 3 wide there. Box
get my teammate, I'll get you back.
Yeah. So Roger's fully boxed into that position now. Tried to turn in, there was a car there.
But to be fair, that's
JB.
well played by them.
Go on, JB. He started
Matt's
on the
also
back
there
row.
as well. The fact that he's in that Audi.
Seems to be suiting it at the minute.
Oh, someone got to slow down.
Who's that?
Simon. He's just dropped 2 places.
There's a bit of elbows out there. This is quite a brutal one, this, isn't it? Back here, anyway. Come on, JB, get punching, son. Side by side with Simon Trendle.
Stephen slowly started to get that gap back and pull away from Gary by the looks of things.
Yeah, that was a good drive off that corner as behind them Tony Walker pulls a move. Oh, God, I think we just witnessed a murder. Jim, there's been a murder. It's like Taggart all over again. Oh,
and Kylie's off.
He's slowing to let him pass there. Who's off?
Kylie went off, I think.
Yeah, no, he was
going down at the same time. Yeah,
he was redressing the position for the murder that he just did. So the gap at the front, the two.
It's been a murder.
It's been a murder. Where's Scott Malcolm when you need him?
He's in a tune-only one.
Yeah,
A fixed
yeah,
race.
yeah, he's on fixed setups. So Jamie Jeffrey has caught Gary Craig in no time. I don't know whether Gary's
Kylie's
had a
in the
moment.
pit.
Oh, maybe he got damaged from that. I'm not sure. I thought he was redressing the position, but maybe it was worse than that. So Stephen Walker really needs to make some serious inroads into this lead that the Geo boys have got ahead of him. Tony Walker making a move here right out the back now, really, on Andrew Littler, who's defended that well.
That's David.
It's
Mr. Ayres.
Oh, it's David Ayres, yeah. Sorry,
Yep.
Andrew Littler's further back down the road. Roger Moore. Sorry, go on.
The one thing we've got to watch out for here is Stephen's already at the expectations that Sam will be.
Roger,
Keep it!
No, good save.
Aye, he kept it. Well played.
Good save. Keep your foot planted when that happens in a front
As I hear through the in-game chat was slidey. He's on about drifting it now. Roger Moore with the Toko drifter.
I know, yeah. Points for style.
I think he did it on purpose just to prove that he could drift a front-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm wondering is Kylie's still in the pits.
Oh, JB's got to slow down from the last turn.
Yeah.
That's knackered, that one. Oh, that was the sound of
I heard a
something
crunch.
dying. Yeah.
That was the curb, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
Sausage.
Michael Seal got the tractor beam out on the pie van.
And do you know what? There's not as many people with high incident points as I thought there would be.
Really? I thought this one was
Yeah.
going to be a real incident magnet.
What's the incident limit? 16?
15.
15. There's one person that's shining above the rest. And it's not the person I thought it would be.
Alright. Well,
We
keep
thought
that
the
to
pie man
yourself.
himself was going to be the man, wasn't we? But
Well, yeah, he generally is.
yeah, he's doing himself proud. I reckon he got sponsorship deal. If he didn't get over 10 incident points in this race, he gets a free pie.
Just Alan on the chat saying Geo are quick. Yep. No change there. And
Yeah,
it is
well,
a very lively race. So it's all been in good spirit. But that lead over Stephen Walker is extending. Russ, can he do anything about this, do you think?
These two are just stupid quick round here. We've seen him race round here several times.
Oh, that might be a slowdown as well, because that was pretty wide.
No, it was quite close. I don't think it would be.
Okay.
I think, yeah, the Geo boys are just ridiculous around this track, in all honesty. I think Stephen's going to have to hope for a quick getaway in the feature race at this point.
Yeah.
Unless Spencer gets very racy with Sam and does us all proud and takes Sam out.
Yeah.
Mark gets past Chris. JB following tightly behind. This is going to be tight.
3 wide into turn 3.
Who dares break last? Chris has done it really, really late.
Whoa! Remus nearly claimed a victory there, but Matt's got through. Simon Trendle just got past Jamie just ahead, but it was teammate on teammate, so we watched something else instead. Roger Morton's getting the Matt Flannery treatment behind, I think, very shortly. Jason Haddington's back on track. So he must have had damage. That's all I can imagine.
But he would have used his quick.
Oh yeah, that's a point. In that case, I'm clueless.
He went to make a cup of tea, obviously.
Well, he was stood still for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Either that or he needed the toilet and he forgot to go before the race.
Yeah.
But it is Kylie. He's probably stood in the front room with a microphone singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So Sam Blease isn't going to be too happy about that one. Spencer has just overtaken for the lead of the race and shaved nearly half a second off their lead now.
And let's be honest, these guys don't. But I think both Sam and Wook, even though they're in it for the championship, it's not like all pressure on them. They're like, yeah, it'll be a bit upsetting that they didn't win it, but at the same time, I think they just appreciate a good race. And as I said, Stephen's already said it, that Sam is absolutely ridiculous around here. Spencer, massively ridiculous around here.
Yeah, I know Spencer loves this track.
I think he's happy where he is. He's obviously gaining them at the minute, but that's because Spencer overtook Sam, I guess.
Yeah.
He's probably picking up his pace now as he goes through because he's starting to get into his flow. Or he's irritating himself and he's got his head down.
It could be that, yeah.
Because as we mentioned last week, he drives like me, but quicker. A lot quicker. Whereas if I'm frustrated, I tend to start doing better.
I don't know whether Jamie Jeffrey has cooked his tyres or something like that, because Mark Draper has caught him pretty quickly.
It's Mark Draper. He's not the Mark Draper we once knew.
Is he not?
No, he's fast.
He was
I'm not saying
reasonably quick, but yeah.
Yeah, he was quick, but I remember having a few battles with him. I don't think I'd touch him nowadays. He'd be 40 seconds up the road from me around here. He's generally like quick compared to what I've seen before. I mean, obviously, choose your car and your track, and you're happy like we're seeing Spencer now. He's just absolutely dominating it.
Slow down for JB again. Oh my.
Again, JB. However, it's better to get a slowdown though, because what happens when you get a slowdown?
You get more people to overtake.
Well, you don't get the incident points.
Well, this is true, yeah.
Unless you get a double, and then it's your own fault. But yeah, Mark's generally quicker now. I think if he wasn't trying to dart out of the way at the top, it'd have been a race on moment. I just see him currently fighting with Mr. Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I like this angle.
It's good for when you got them side by side, isn't it? You can see that there's an overlap there.
What's Mark going to do now? Is he going to brake late? Yeah.
Look at that. Slung it straight into the corner. Stop on the apex.
Jamie's got this run out. It's too late, but is he going to be able to? No, he can't. He had to react to Mark's braking.
Yeah. He's going to get a better
line
through there, though.
He's still got a better line there, yeah.
He's gonna
and it's quite easy to pick up an incident point there. Now this is going to be the telltale sign here, because if you run wide, the car on the inside can just send it.
Oh, trees.
Nice. That's like doing this. It's like watching this camera angle at Nürburgring, isn't it? And all you get is trees.
Trees. More trees, trees.
Yeah.
Same at Le Mans.
Oh, look. Burger King. Trees.
Yeah.
Is it Burger King? I know it was KFC at Le Mans, wasn't it? What was the one at...
yeah, KFC at Le Mans, yeah.
What's the fast food at Nürburgring, or wasn't there one?
I don't Nürburgring. I don't know.
It might not be Nürburgring, to be honest. There's not much around it, is there, other than trees.
And people are just lost. Still trying to find their way back.
Where am I?
So,
someone goes, yeah, so we're watching the 2023 endurance. Like, what? I've been here a year.
It's only the first lap.
I mean, considering these guys have done, what, 10 laps already? 16 minutes into the race? Flying by.
Well, it's been very eventful for the first half. Everybody's calmed down, got themselves a little bit of space now, apart from Roger Morton, who's wanting a position back off Jamie Wilson. Everybody else is fairly... They found themselves a bit of space. Cal Hardy is in close company with Michael Seal behind him. He's quick, isn't he, Michael Seal?
Michael has been doing really well this season. He's had a few moments where you feel like he should have done better. I don't mean that disrespectfully to him. He generally has got the pace around most tracks, but then he just doesn't click on the night, which he has mentioned before, he wants to get better at doing that.
Yeah.
Like not just doing it in practice, but doing it on race night. But we all know someone that does that, like Matt Elmore. He can practice, be top of the board by a second, comes to the race and he's in a wall.
I'm trying to figure out where this curb cam is again.
Well, there's cars coming up, so I think.
Oh, that was bumpy over there, wasn't it?
If you go back to it now, I reckon you'll see a car coming.
No, I don't reckon we will. I think I know where
there's
it
car
is.
coming though.
It's down
Look,
it's down the hill and it's after the S's. It's after Worth Corner. There's nobody.
Is it the curb where I said people can get incidents?
Yes. Just after that.
I mean, it can't be the greatest camera for people to be sat watching while there's no cars there.
Oh dear. Never mind. Oh, what's that?
Sam and Spencer again racing.
Yeah. It's good to
you
see
should go to it now.
Yeah.
Go to the curb cam now, Pete. You'll see it.
Are you sure?
In 3, 2.
You're gonna run out of numbers. You're gonna run out of numbers.
Where are they?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Hey.
Hi. Oh. Out my head.
It was exactly where I thought it was. The cars weren't there. Right, so we've got 2 minutes left. What are we going to get? We're going to get 2 more laps, are we?
Possibly, depending on whether the boys get through that line. So they've just gone through the line now.
Okay.
So a minute 30-ish, and they're doing what laps? No, this will be the last lap. Should be.
Yeah.
By my counts.
I've seen Barney waving like a good one. So we are last lap. What? Who's that slowed down? Matt Flannery.
Matt Flannery and one other person. And you're about to see him slow down now and let Roger pass.
Right. Oh, right. Matt Elmore.
No, Jamie.
Oh, right, Jamie. Oh, God, right.
That's unfortunate on the last lap.
It is. On any lap, but yeah, the last lap's even worse. So we'll see if Sam Blease tries to retake this position.
Can we go through the incident points after this race?
Yeah, do it. Is it tasty, is it?
Just a bit.
It'll give an indication to what happens later on. Just checking what Elmore's doing.
I won't go through the top 5, let's put it that way.
Right.
Just so they can wait till the end.
Yeah, plenty of room between them. Matt Elmore's getting very racy here. Oh, he stuffed that underneath Jamie Wilson. That's a really nice move, actually.
As he says thank you and then sorry. Oh. So he's let Jamie back through.
Let him go again.
And give him a bit of a push.
But...
As Spencer McCarthy comes through, flashing his lights. Get in, Sam. Go on, Spenny, lad. Spenny finishing first. Sam Blease in second. Stephen Walker in third. Oh, and I just had a crash.
Yeah, I did as well.
Was that Spencer going flat out at the end?
Oh, it will be, yeah.
Yeah.
That was close at the end there for Jamie and Matt Elmore. Stop flashing his lights, and he's got nothing to celebrate. JB over the line in the background with Tony Walker just in front of him. We've got a couple more, have we? Or just the one more? There he is, Andrew Littler over the line. And then there's Jason Kiley Haddington making his way around. Yeah, an excellent result from Gary. Can't agree more. Alan. And so, who got the reverse? Michael Seal got the reverse.
He's going to be a hard man to get past.
Yeah, because he is quick.
We mentioned it last week. He said he seems to get more into his pace when we start the feature race. Like, race 1 is his practice race.
Yeah.
And then he gets the times he wants out of the next race. I don't know what his quickest lap was. Where is he? I cannot see him. Oh, he's there.
Right then.
Oh, that's why he's up there. Oh, and I can't see the incident points now. Damn it.
Oh, because it tripped
reset.
forward, yeah. Oh well. time for a next race or something. So, right, so your race winner for the penultimate round, which was round 23, was Spencer McCarthy for Geodesic Racing. His teammate, Sam Blease, finished second, ahead of our current leader of the championship, isn't he? Stephen Walker? Is still in?
Yeah.
Maybe
No.
not now.
No, Sam was ahead.
Sam was ahead. All right.
Yeah, Sam was in first, sorry.
Okay, so Stephen Walker chasing and will continue to chase in the next race. Finished third for Spectre 6. Gary Craig finished fourth for BSTV Esports. Mark Draper finished fifth. A great outing for him on his first race back with us. Jamie Jeffrey in sixth for CCR. Carl Hardy in seventh for Safeguard by Result. Eighth was Michael Seal for Spiro by Result. Simon Trendle finished ninth for Team Chimera. Roger Morton finished 10th for Safeguard by Result. 11th was Jamie Wilson, again for Team Chimera, with Matt Elmore in 12th for Geodesic Racing. Matt Flannery in 13th for Geodesic White. Chris Needham in 14th for RWC Racing Red. David Ayres in 15th for Result Clothing. Tony Walker finished 16th for Spectre 6. 17th was JB for BSTV Esports. Andrew Littler in 18th for Result Clothing. And Jason Kiley Haddington in 19th and last for RWC Racing Blue. Any surprises for you in that lot, Russ?
Mainly Michael Seal not being further up the field, and the gap that the two Geo boys had. We knew they were going to be quick, but I think that's a little bit more than quick. I think it takes the piss, to be honest.
Yeah, they had.
How quick they are.
They had a 4-second lead nearly at one point, which round a lap this long is quite an advantage.
Yep.
I mean, they're obviously going to be starting in 9th and 10th. We've seen how quick they can be getting through the field. I think Stephen Walker's going to want to put a number of cars between them because that's the only way he's going to take the championship now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to want to dispatch of the cars in front ASAP savvy and hope that... Well, I think the only way that anything can happen now is if Sam gets out the car as a cig and a brew and jumps back in the car and... Or he ends up being Mr. Non-Consistent, but I mentioned this to him the other day. Like, he's kept his consistency through this season.
Mm-hmm.
He has a season where he's a little bit inconsistent or can't race. He has a season where he's full on, and then he has a season, again, it repeats. I've noticed like there was a season, I think I came second in the end, and if he wasn't having issues track-wise and not being able to race, he'd have finished a lot higher up than he did.
Yeah.
But things weren't gelling together for him, whereas this season, him and Stephen, both of them have been absolutely on it, race after race after race. I mean, the only unfortunate thing was Spencer, who's not been able to do every race.
I think he'd have been right up there as well, wouldn't he, for sure, because
Yeah.
he's just so good. It'll be interesting to see if Mark Draper stays with us for the next season, season 12 that'll be, starting in a fortnight's time. We get a week off for week 13. We'll go on.
If he doesn't, we get to call him a letdown for the next season.
Oh, definitely.
Every race.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Talk us through this.
Oh, sorry, I've just missed it.
All right. You caught me out,
him.
actually. I can join a different car. But that's what a non-commentated entry into pits looks like. Go on. Let's see if we can get this one. He's not near it, is he?
No, he's
at the top of the hill still.
You have got... Well, he's not... I suppose he's the closest car to it, so let's just wait. But
I can only assume they're all going to do practice pit stops because it's knife-edge stuff, isn't it, getting it right and wrong here.
Well, the other thing you've got as well is there's a car in front of him now. I'm guessing that's Mr. Ayres.
Yeah, David Ayres, that'll be.
Call him Big Nose.
Yeah.
If we give Carl enough stick, we'll give Davison today. Although we're not meant to call him Carl, he's called Omelette, isn't he, today?
Omelette, yeah.
As you've got to take a really slow run into it, but you see how Sam went over the white line there?
Is that a penalty?
That's exactly what will give you the penalty going into the pit.
Right.
And that's because you want to try and hold the speed going around the corner, but you've got to also brake, but you can imagine these guys are going to be running in quite quickly into that corner,
Like that.
and
Whoa.
like that. And if there's a car behind you, that it could be make or break around that corner. Because if there's a car very close behind you, you ain't pitting.
Yes.
They're just going to keep pushing you around.
So,
Do we need to set it again?
Yeah, if you'd be so good as to extend gridding. So, Michael Seal will be your pole man for the final round of this Season 11 TCR Challenge. He drives for Spira by result. Let me get out of his car. There we go. Carl Hardy goes off second for Safeguard by result, with Jamie Jeffrey in third for CCR. Mark Draper goes off fourth. Gary Craig will go off fifth for BSTV Esports. Stephen Walker off sixth for Spectre 6. Sam Blees off seventh for Geo Racing. His teammate Spencer McCarthy, the winner of the first round here, goes off eighth. Ninth will be Simon Trendle. 10th will be Roger Morton for Safeguard by result, with Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera in 11th. Matt Elmore for, questionably, Spectre 6 in 12th. Yeah. Matt Flannery in 13th for Geodesic Racing White. Chris Needham in 14th for RWC Racing Red. David Ayres for Result Clothing in 15th. 16th will be Tony Walker for Spectre 6. Jamie DeJu will go off 17th for BSTV Esports, with Andrew Littler off 18th for Result Clothing, and Kylie off 19th for RWC Racing Blue.
I'm very much interested now. Some of these cars at the start take off.
Yeah, well, I'm going to focus on Mark Draper. I should probably focus on Gary once he grids, because Gary has that double clutch thing down to a T. Yeah, Alan said a good result for Gary in the first race. Can't agree more than that. It's quite a field.
What the aerial view going to be like?
Sorry?
What's the aerial view going to be like? Will it show more of the front end?
That could be good, actually, couldn't it?
Yeah, just for the start.
Let's go with that. Focused on Gary. Lights are coming on. 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are green. And get ready for throwing a yellow just in case. Mark Draper and Gary away, like super rapid. One of the Geo cars got properly bogged down, and it was Sam Blees. Oh, Stephen Walker right up the inside of Gary, and he's away. God, what a good move.
There's one car gone, so now he's going to want to see again though. These guys are all humble to each other. Gary knows there's a championship on it. He wouldn't have forced an issue there.
No, nice and clean off the start. Simon Trendle getting racy here now as well. Late on the brakes, maybe? No, not yet.
At the same time, it was a good move by Stephen. As he just lost 2 places, I think Gary did.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to keep it for a third? Because these cars have all got the inside now. They're all pushing each other along. And Gary's just sat there like, I'm out here.
I don't know whether he got some sort of slowdown on the outside or something. But,
possibly.
Oh, look at that. Stephen Walker on the inside of Mark Draper. Lovely move. Mark's going to make an issue of it, I think, though. He is.
He is.
Oh, Spencer's right on his bumper. That's going to upset the apple cart just behind them. We've got Jamie Jeffrey mixing it up with Simon Trendle, who's got all sorts of off-track.
Going to be a slowdown.
Do you think?
Yeah. No.
No, it's not. I don't think it would be. That one's not counted for. It's not seen as an advantage, I don't think. Jamie Jeffrey a bit out of shape. Stephen Walker. Look how much time he's lost to Spencer just in that short amount of time. And 3 wide in the background. Good grief. Oh my God, really? Oh.
He's let off there to let him through, and he's like, I'm not going to take anyone out.
Everybody went wide there.
I reckon you would have had a Stephen Walker praising him there a little bit, but again, these guys like to keep it clean. Sam's got through there quite well.
Yep.
Gary has ended up further back than I thought he would. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh.
come up and over the hill. We've still got, well, Carl Hardy. I didn't see that overtake for the lead. He's got the fastest lap at the minute as well.
Carl has got some good pace as well around here.
Yeah, so Result Clothing out front.
And his mark. He's still defending that position.
He might be, yeah.
He's not here to get in the way of people, but you know.
Yeah. Somebody might sell him eventually.
Somebody who's actually racing for Series Championship. He's sat behind him. Bloody hell, Mark.
So everybody comes over the crest of the hill. Who's that in the background stepping out? Is that Matt Flannery? No, it's further back than that. Right, back.
I've heard a car go sideways. Was that Jamie Jeffrey?
Don't know, but Sam Blease just got overtaken again. And Matt Elmore putting pressure on Gary. Yeah, Hammer's lost as to why Gary's not faster as you. 3 wide here with Tony Walker, JB and Matt Flannery.
Who can break last?
And David Ayres looking to mop up. Oh, look at that crowd in front as well. Oh my god. Oh, and that's a spin. That's Tony Walker. Oh, he's straightened it up though, that's good.
Was that a push by someone?
It was a bit of a tap, yeah.
And apologies.
Simon Trendle on Gary. Gary will keep that for another corner, but maybe not for the left-handers that are coming up.
Now this is all down to what Sam can do now. He's 4 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But they stay where they currently are. There is no change in the championship standings.
Okay.
I believe. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the points difference would be 20 odd points, would it? So.
No, it's not that fundamental. Mark Draper gets out of Stephen Walker's way.
And we do have incident points to look at in this. So.
Yeah, because it's 40 minutes.
I did see the incident points of the front runners. I'm not going to say, because let's make it enjoyable for the end. But when you're going through the results of the race, I'll try and get the results plugged into the spreadsheet.
Oh, wicked, nice one.
So we can talk about it.
Spencer McCarthy showing his super speed.
Elbow down, look at that. Hi Michael, my name's Spencer, I'm coming through.
Not yet, you're not, says Michael.
No, he's not.
He's making an issue of it.
But watch this.
Yeah,
3,
super late
2,
on the brakes.
1. Oh, he's not.
No. Didn't want to chance it.
Maybe he's like, come on, Stephen, it's your turn to have a toe. Let's go.
And Sam Blease has got no mates at all right now.
But he is gaining.
He is, yeah. It's quite a gap, though. But yeah, he'll cut that down pretty rapid.
Yeah.
This can't be Gary losing another position, is it?
Has he got He's got damage. He's going sideways. He's going sideways. He's
trying to sweat it out to the earliest pit stop he can do and stay.
That car is shaking around like a.
Yeah.
Never mind. I won't say it. Is he just trying to hold off till as long as he can?
I think so.
It's looking that way, but.
See, that looks fairly smooth on board, but his car was wild just before.
See what it is down this straight. We'll be able to tell if he goes down this straight. Is his wheel? His wheel. Look. To me, it looks like he's trying to counter in it. Is he slightly?
Can't get a decent.
No, his wheel looks fine. Oh!
That's somebody super wide. That was Jamie Wilson just in front of him. Exiting stage left. So Gary gets a position back. Simon Trendle still under pressure here from Matt Elmore. Look at that gaggle in the background. Did you see all that?
Yeah, there's like 10 cars just sat like, yeah. We're just having the time of our lives.
Yeah.
It's fine. And JB at the front of it.
I know, yeah.
And Kylie
Come on,
Haddington
JB.
turning up after race 1.
Yeah. And doing all right. He's got himself way up there. He's 7 positions forward.
And I've just seen a sorry from Stephen Walker. I don't know what happened there.
No.
Maybe a misclick.
Possible. As
Happens to the best
Spencer
of us.
has finally...
He's
Oh,
not.
no, he's not.
He's not. He's not. Michael's coming back through. Michael's pushing now. He's keeping it. Which is good to see. I mean, he's been with us this full season.
Yes.
He'll start to find, as we said, like previously, new people tend to start off mid to back of the pack unless they're absolutely stupidly fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if they're making their way through the pack, they'll learn how people drive.
Yeah.
He's now finding his feet and where he sits in the pack. But in race 2.
Look at the run that the cars get on the Hondas.
On the Honda down there.
Unreal. Jamie Jeffrey, it was like he was in a different class of car. And Gary Craig around turn 1 is so rapid, but he just doesn't seem to have it.
Oh!
What?
Who was that? We've got a car sideways. Oh, Roger hit him. David Hurst. He's got a broken wheel. Turn 1.
Oh, that's dead.
It's a broken car. I don't know what caused it, but
we shall
possibly going over the curb. I think he hit the curb in an odd way. Fired him across.
Oh no, he got helped by Tony Walker. And then no. Oh, and then Roger. He got Rogered by Roger. That shouldn't be funny, but it is.
It is. Is Carl keeping this lead, though? That is the ultimate question.
He's 2 seconds in the lead, which is pretty impressive. Spencer's finally through. He's just done it. As that crash was unfolding, Spencer got 2nd place, and Stephen Walker, no messing.
Also making a move straight down the inside.
Oh, that's contact.
Oh!
But he's having none of it. He's after that lead position, I think, Stephen Walker.
I don't think it was...
There's nothing naughty in it.
Yeah, there was. I think it was just both cars trying to... Yeah, Michael Seals actually apologised.
Oh, right, okay.
So, I think...
I didn't see that he had anything to apologise for. I just thought it was 2 cars on the same bit of tarmac racing.
It looked like he turned in a little bit early, but again, you've got to turn in, otherwise you don't get around that corner. You get a slowdown, which these guys don't want.
No.
However,
this is not going to go well for Sam Blease. He's boxed in.
Oh, but Mark's letting him by, and Michael's still trying to race. He's like, don't.
I think Mark's trying to get out of the way, maybe.
He's trying to get out of the way of Sam, but he's not helping Michael.
Yeah. He's off the racing line. I think he's trying to let Michael go, maybe? No, he's defending it.
No, he's defending the inner corner. He's fine.
Nah, he's not. He's letting go. Yeah, that's definitely a let go. Oh, look at this lot.
Ooh.
Gary gives a little push around the corner to Jamie Jeffrey.
So, what do we call this? An Elantra a high and die sandwich?
Well,
because let's be honest, you wouldn't say a Honda sandwich because they're not the meat.
No, but you could have like meat and cheese, you know, ham and cheese Honda sandwich. Yeah.
But it's not a Honda sandwich though.
I don't know.
You don't call the bread the sandwich, do you? You don't say a Warburton sandwich.
No, you call it a loaf. It's 2 slices of loaf. Who knows? Right. Alan doesn't want us to mention Carl Hardy.
Carl Hardy? What about him?
He's winning.
Is he in first?
Yeah, he's in first.
We're now watching him.
Yeah, he's got it sealed. He can't give this one away, surely.
And he's definitely due to go get a pie at some point, Alan.
Yeah, that's true.
He's done well. He's sweating a bit too much now. He's going to be dehydrated and hungry.
He's going to be watering down his. Right. So yeah, David Ayres just left pits.
After 2:36, is Is there no quick stop set?
Is there not what?
Is the quick fix not on?
It
Quick
should
replay?
be.
Because that's two people that have done
Yeah.
significant. Unless he's gone after go for a
hang
drink
on.
or a
It's not that. It's the tow time. I've just realised.
right. Makes
So
sense.
they've reset as opposed to just stopping. That's what's causing it.
Okay.
Right. It's just me being thick. As Jamie Jeffrey launches it under Simon Trendle in a really professional manner. And Gary Craig looks to mop up behind him. I'll tell you what, Red Bull Ring's been brilliant, hasn't it, so far? It's class.
Yeah, it is a good track to race around. It's just that everyone hates you for it because it's Incident City and everyone loves
Jamie
it.
Jeffrey sideways!
Oh!
That was a little inappropriate touch, but no harm done.
Well, let's be honest, it's Durex, it's always inappropriate.
Well, this is true, this is protected.
Yes. Gary right behind him. What's going on here?
Whoa! Oh!
Gary!
Oh my god! 4 wide. Nearly 4 wide.
Gary just penetrated the Durex. Now he's safe. Or is he? With Jamie Wilson on his inside.
This is crackers.
Well, that is the wrong way to put that story, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
He's not giving up, he's Jamie though. He's like, I'm
Sticking
still
with
here,
it.
boys. Yeah.
He's right in there.
He wants his paint back. Gary.
Yeah. Chris Needham on JB. Is he going to get this on the brakes? No, JB. Ooh, that was a little naughty, JB, coming across in the braking zone. Unless that was his normal line.
Yeah, a bit interesting how to take that corner. On both parts.
Yeah, it was 2 very odd lines. Whoa, Jamie Jeffrey. Leaving the braking very late. That was excellent.
Got fighting him today.
Gary pops back into the tow. Just to keep Simon behind him.
Dear. Oh dear,
what have you
Mr.
seen?
Morton.
Huh?
Mr. Morton is heading somewhere.
I can't even find where he is on track. Oh right, is he gone one incident too far?
He is definitely riding. It came up on my
Right.
most exciting that he had an off track, and I was like, why's he got an off track? Why is that exciting? And then it clicked.
Sends him to the naughty corner. Very, very naughty.
But Carl's doing really well, Alan. He's doing spot on, mate. Just to remind you that he's still in first. But Spencer is bringing that gap down to a close.
Jason Haddington trying to hold it underneath Gary Craig there and nearly managed it. You can't say that there's not decent battles in this field. They're everywhere at the minute. I don't know where to point the camera.
Oh,
see, that was
that's
more normal from both of them, to be honest.
And Mar Draper has just gotten past Michael, and then Michael's kept it.
And these two are trading places as well. This is Jamie on Jamie.
Jamie Wilson should have this being on the inside.
Yeah, but if Jamie Jeffrey can hold it round the outside of that one, he's got 2 left-handers in his favour.
Yeah, a bit late braking. Not quite as late as he needed to get the car in head.
But Jamie Wilson is still with him.
That's a tight line that going into that corner though. That's going to be a really slow entrance to that corner.
It is, yeah. Oh, couldn't keep that, could he?
Again though, Jamie Jeffrey put his car where it needed to be. That would have been usually a really slow line into that corner.
Yeah.
So with the last bit of braking, and did Stephen Walker just do the fastest lap? That was.
He did, yes.
Good pitting for both of these guys. Don't think anyone dirted it or made an error. And I was surprised to see them both pit together.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was planned or not. I doubt it very much. They're not in the second chat generally, are they?
Is Carl still? Do you know what? He's actually keeping Spencer at bay. As I say that, he goes over the second marker, but yeah, he's over the majority of the race. I think that gap will probably close down, but Carl's still holding his own here. He's sniffing for that pie at the end of the race.
He really is.
But I believe that he said you're buying him, Alan.
Yeah. He said it was Alan's round if he wins.
Yep.
Now, oddly, on the timing screens you can see the fastest laps there. Stephen Walker's holding it, but Spencer's done a faster lap, but he must have had an incident on it because it's not registered.
That's why I was confused, cause like
Yeah.
he's done a 939 and Luke's done a 947. Oh, as Michael goes wide.
Yeah, Mark Draper might get something here. Switches to the inside. And gets it done before the penultimate
Just
corner.
see the orange car of Matt Elmore coming over the tip.
Yeah.
As Stephen just went quicker again with a 928.
Yes. That's...
Spencer would have beat his time, and then Stephen went, "Nah, I'm having it still, mate. Thanks."
Yeah, because that was a legit time. No incidents from Spencer as Tony Walker enters pit road.
And these two are massively gaining on Carl now. I don't know whether he's had an issue.
Tyres might be a bit worn through now. I know they don't generally, but
0.5 gain in a lap. I mean, Carl was literally. I would buy him a bakery. Oh, that's nice, Alan. Can I have a pub?
yeah. Brewery would be nice, Alan. Cheers.
yeah.
Right, so why is Simon Trendle in the pits again? And why has he just got out of the car?
He's out. He's out.
Oh, he is. He's out. Yeah. So, don't know what...
Did he have an incident?
I'm trying to see at the minute. I'll watch something
other
other than nothing.
I'll go look.
Cool. It looks like he just drove into the pits twice. Unless it was incidents and he just couldn't be bothered.
No, he wasn't anywhere near it.
Right. Wow, those two are though. Carl Hardy and Spencer, about 3 weeks away from the track, nearly had to pay again to get back into the stadium. Cheers.
And I presume Simon's had something either come up or he's thought, do you know what? I've had enough. Has he had an issue in the pits?
I suppose he could have got a penalty.
No, he literally just drove around and went straight back in the pits again.
Odd. Maybe we'll find out from Jamie if we have a chat with him later.
That's a shame. He was doing really well again tonight.
Yeah, making that Honda competitive when it clearly is lacking. Here's the other one.
And I'm surprised at Sam's time. The difference between Stephen and Sam hasn't changed at all.
No.
But I know...
Maybe Sam's doing his usual save fuel all the way around as he goes. He's very good at it, isn't he?
Quite possibly. As Spencer is sniffing the rear end of the pie.
Yeah. Why do these two look like they're going dead slow?
I thought that.
Yeah, it looked like it was a slow motion replay and it wasn't.
Really long straight. And Andy Littler, to be fair...
Getting his laps underneath him, isn't he?
He has. He's... But we've seen Gary pit. Steve... well, everyone behind's pitted, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I wonder if David Ayres is going to have to pit again.
Without a doubt. He only pitted on lap 6. There's no way he can make it to the end on that.
Oh, Spencer going for the move. He just pulled out from behind Carl.
Yeah, good call.
He's just trying to hit the cones.
Who's that?
Spencer.
Right.
Either it was on purpose or he weren't concentrating. However, he's got the inside on Carl here.
Yeah, that's a nice move.
Oh!
Leaves him with no track, which is...
Check.
Yeah.
But that's giving Stephen the move. Look, now Stephen's gaining on them both.
And
He
there in the
was
background.
1.5 seconds behind, and he's actually Sam's lost time to them, but all 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's because they're all in each other's toe at the front.
They are now, yeah. They're
and he's got nothing.
He's got nothing on either side. And this is pretty much a tow track.
Yes.
Except for you don't want to be that close that you get incident points. Because as we know, incident points don't win your prizes, Roger.
No. He knows it better than anybody at the minute. Alan says it's probably impossible to defend around here. You are a victim on a number of corners, aren't you, if you drive the racing line, because the track's super wide. The corners are very fast into very slow on a lot of them. The first corner is one that you think is a good overtaking point, and it really isn't. It's horrendous, isn't it? Because it's such a fast right-hander.
Sam's pitted. I didn't see it.
No,
I was meant to go watch it. Let's see how long he's in the pit for. Did he or not get it right this week?
Yeah, it is a bit of a question mark, isn't it?
And we're going to see him moving. Yeah, he's moving. He's good. He's good.
As long as he doesn't do anything like speed into the pits.
Or hit a wall out of the pits.
Like that. He just hit the wall. I'm not joking.
I'm sorry, Sam.
Just proper cursed him.
Oh, Sam, please tell me that's not damaged your car. I don't think it will have done.
Your curse
is too small, low tap.
Your curses are strong, yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
Now, these guys giving each other the tow, is it going to mean Sam being out on his own is beneficial for him? He's not going to get the tow, and he has been driving around on his own anyway.
Is he in clear air?
But he's now in...
Oh, he is. He's still in clear air.
He's in clear air, so... These guys... kind of battling. Stephen's obviously battling Carl-ish now, and Carl's obviously battling Spencer, so... This could go... Oh, Stephen's pitting.
Yes.
And it was clean.
Yeah, he stayed on the right-hand side of the line.
That was probably a good shout to pit at that point. Because he could either sit behind Carl and hope that he gets by clean quickly for the championship, or he would have just had to sit behind Carl.
Well,
feel hungry for the rest of the race.
Or is he just trying to cover off Sam's pit stop?
Most likely.
Jamie Wilson into the pits.
But as I said before, you don't really want to be pitting with other people. Whereas we all know Spencer's good at saving fuel, and he was behind Carl for what? Maybe 3-4 laps, so he would have saved some fuel at one point.
Yeah, I'm trying to work this one out at the minute, and I think that makes it a 5-second gap to Stephen Walker.
So that lap of tow has helped him.
It has, yeah, a lot.
So are we going to see the same with Carl and Spencer?
Well, they're coming towards the end of the lap. Oh no, they're not. They're mid-lap at the moment. Matt Flannery leaving pit road at the moment, so pretty much everybody apart from the top 8 have pitted.
Is it me, or is there no pit timer next to Stephen's name though?
Hang on. Does that help?
Oh, okay. I was thinking, hang on a minute. Did he pit?
Oh,
or did we
that's
just
a naughty one. That's a naughty one.
That's a slow down. That's going to be a penalty.
It is. You can't cross that white line, folks.
Oh, your pie wasn't that needed, mate.
No.
Oh, we've got Carl, Mark, Matt. Oh, we've got the three M's now.
I know, yeah.
We've got Mark, Michael, and Matt all pitting.
Crazy.
Mark, Michael, Matt. Matt's really close. I'm calling him Mark because of what iRacing says. I think it's Ace. And we've got Jason and Kylie's also pitting now, so that will put Stephen potentially back in second.
It will.
because we saw Mr. Hardy. Oh, he's exiting. It wasn't a penalty.
How was that not?
He quite clearly went over the. And Stephen's coming through there. Look, this is close.
Oh, he's done him.
He has, and he's covering it off straight away.
Yeah,
No, Carl, you're
bolted
not
to the right hand side.
You're not having this one. And Spencer's still to pit. Now. Oh, Spencer having clear air isn't probably what you want right now.
No, you want him in traffic, don't you?
Yeah.
As opposed to Sam being in clean air because everybody else had the toe. It's totally different. It's the opposite argument. And here is Spencer. He might carry on a bit longer, you know.
I think he will. We all know, like, Spencer, he's got some weird wizardry going on with his fuel.
Oh, yeah.
I think he puts ice cubes in it to freeze it a little bit. So
oh, no, he's in. He's in.
He is in.
Let's see what he makes of this pit stop.
And he looks like he's kept that clean as well. I
Yeah,
mean, if Carl's
really
clean,
nice.
I don't think I trust anyone else's to be dirty.
Yeah.
Look at this gap now. Let's see how much this closes down by. A 26-second gap he had. As we're going to see him come out any minute now. Not even a minute. There he goes. He's on his way out now. The quickest of the pits by about a second. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is incredible.
But again, he could be covering Stephen off here. But because he saved fuel, he's put.
Sorry, go on.
He's put a little bit less in the car.
Yeah, we've seen Spencer get marginal on fuel at the end of races, but it's always worked out for him.
As Matt against Mark. And Michael just behind.
Oh, that got very
So that
close.
means Matt overtook Michael in the pits.
Yeah.
Because it was Michael, Matt. Now it's Matt, Michael. God, that's hard to say. That's worse than saying Sam, Spencer, and Stephen. Oh, Matt through the middle.
Whoa!
Inside.
Wow, that was close. See how this resolves itself out. This is the closest battle.
What's the maximum points you can have?
Ooh,
Infinite points?
15.
No.
Oh, in total?
After the 15, yeah.
It's unlimited. You end up with another penalty every 15.
Okay. And Matt gets past.
Yeah,
Mark.
that was nice.
Don't you?
I think Mark's letting him go, to be honest. He's not fighting these.
It's not. I've just heard Roger come up with a right good comment in chat. Game.
I'm guessing you can't repeat it.
It was to do. Oh, Mark! No! The reason why he's slowing down.
Yeah.
Look where he's just gone.
Is he what?
Mark Draper is in the pits.
Has he not fueled it?
No, he's done what we thought he might have done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was wondering why he slowed down so much, and then saw him go in the pits. I was like, I'm gonna have to go check this out. Stephen, with Carl right behind him now.
So Mark Draper had to go and apologise to the race officials.
Carl's not giving up on it.
As does Kylie. Or is that Kylie's stop? That's Kylie's stop.
No,
So-
that was Kylie serving a penalty.
Was it?
Yeah. He also apologised. He said to, I think him and JB had a bit of a tap.
Okay.
And said, it's alright, mate, I'm going to let you go because I've got to go pit.
Even then, Mark Draper's come out in 10th. I mean,
And that's where Roger
After a
replied
penalty.
with, I've already pitted and I'm probably going to go back in again. And there's a few people on the cusp of it, so it's be interesting to see.
I can't believe that Carl Hardy's pit entry wasn't naughty. But The iRacing gods have spoken.
As we've seen now, Spencer is just like, sit up, boys, I'm out. And Sam Blease has gained 2 seconds on these two. 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's driving for it now, isn't he?
So that's what battling happens to encourages the cars behind to go, oh.
He's had a great season, Sam Blease, has to be said. Yep. Very solid every race. Same as Stephen Walker. He's just, Sam Blease has finished in the right positions at the right times to get the advantage. That's all it is.
I think Sam needs to find the Russell Cowell effect.
Go on. You'll have to explain that.
Where I always find the glitches on tracks.
Okay.
Like I did it. Was it Road America? We didn't know Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
When Carl put a spring trap in one of the turns and it made my car flip up. Just as I overtook him for first as well. I knew I wasn't going to keep it, but I was on a little bit of a high when I overtook him. And I was like, come on, I could do this. Next thing I'm going, why am I facing a wall?
So, Spencer McCarthy is your race leader, followed by these two, Stephen Walker and Carl Hardy, respectively. And then championship leader, and holding on to that, at the minute anyway, and barring any disasters, Sam Blease in 4th place. Then we got Matt Elmore in 5th. Michael Seal, not that far behind him, in 6th. And then a big jump, a massive jump to Gary, 3.5 seconds. And then 1.8 seconds behind him, in 8th place, is Jamie Wilson, the only Chimera car still running. And you can see that Mark Draper is just behind him. Rounding out the top 10 is Jamie Jeffrey.
There's a 10-second gap between Jamie and Tony at the minute.
That's why I stopped talking.
These battles we've been having have had an effect on a lot of cars.
Yeah, you can see it on the track map. There's a gigantic gap behind car 69 up to where Tony is here at car 185. And then you've got a few cars that are in close company, to be honest.
I've just got the Durex joke as well. What car number is he?
Yeah, 69.
Not that you'd wear one. Not that you'd wear one for that, but anyway.
He might be extra safe.
Okay. Yes, kids, be safe. It's TED Talk by Pete.
Be seen. Get a glow in the dark one. Be seen. Be safe. So, back at the front, Carl Hardy staying with Stephen Walker, but we've got to say all of this plays into the hands of Sam Blease to win this championship, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sam needs something catastrophic to happen now.
Yeah, we've seen in previous seasons in this league and others, teammates get involved and try and slow other cars down. I don't think that's going to happen for Stephen this time. I think the Geo boys have done too clinical a job. And particularly Sam Blease. Let's run a lap with him.
Again, this all depends on what Carl does now, because he's going to be watching his rear and his front end.
Yeah, that's true.
Even, but he's going to also want to make sure that Sam doesn't get an easy ride past him.
Yeah, points are points at the end of the day, and bragging rights are definitely bragging rights. You're not going to give up a podium easy, are you?
No. And if he does, I think there'll be a few angry people in the stadiums.
Yeah, I think Ginsters will stop sending him freebies and things.
And obviously this is a 40-minute race, so it's not been as exciting as a 20-minute race, as we've got a bigger gap now after the pit between everyone.
Well, you say that, but there's still this going on. Roger Morton just overtaken Andrew Littler, who's kind of staying with him as well. His pace is there tonight. But yeah, back at the front here with Carl. particularly with Sam Blease on board. So Sam Blease taking 0.4 of a second. Oh no, they kind of all matched each other that time round. Sam didn't eat into the lead at all because he couldn't.
A little bit on that corner though.
Yeah. So Mark Draper has caught Jamie Wilson. Pops out of the tow.
What have we got? 1 or 2 laps left now? 2, 3 laps at most?
Yeah, popped out of the tow and then ducked back in again. Didn't want to do anything naughty there, I don't think.
And there's going to be 4 drivers, no names being said, that are going to be playing it very safe.
4 drivers, wow. We've still got 12 minutes of this to run. No, we haven't. 2 minutes of this to run.
Well, there's literally 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah.
So you know for a fact if they get one on the last lap, that could be quite damaging to the drivers' positions.
Well, yeah, you'll have to serve it after the race if that's the case. It's Jamie Jeffrey door to door.
If it's after the race, is it not a 40-second instant?
Yeah, scales it up to 40 seconds, yeah.
Which is probably more damaging than having to go through the pits, right?
Oh, yeah. And I've seen people try and serve the penalty on the last lap. Doesn't work, folks. So, let's see if Barney is waving his flag just yet. Yep, there it is. One white flag being waved. This is the last lap. So it's now or never for these close battles that we see it every time. They come together at the end of races. Super wide for Mark Draper there. It's almost like he's lost the traction under that one. But we better go and
he's slowing down.
Is
he's
he?
slowed down a bit, yeah.
Yeah. They do look like they're in slow motion coming through this shot, don't they? It's just like perspective.
6 years later.
That's a class one. So Spencer McCarthy makes
Tell
his
you what,
way
I do
back
like
down the hill.
In the game now that we can see the flags that people have got.
Yes, yeah.
In the entries page, it's good to see when someone's driving slow, why they're driving slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very helpful.
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah. Keeping it clean, just about. And there we go. Last corner for Spencer McCarthy. Time to celebrate. There we go.
There we go. It's race 2 of 2, both for Spencer.
Well done, Spencer McCarthy. Stephen Walker and Carl Hardy. Good result for Carl. And then we think, provisionally at the moment until Russ tells us otherwise, Sam Blease over in 4th, but that will do. As I think that was Spencer destroying his car, was it? No. Sounded like somebody destroying that car.
No, however, someone has made a boo-boo. One of the drivers made a boo-boo at the last bit. It's
right.
none of the front runners, don't worry. But we will see someone get a 40-second penalty, I believe.
Alright, we'll wait and see who moves. Oh, it was JB.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to serve it. This doesn't work. I'm not on the last lap anyway. I've never seen it work, let's say that.
No, because you can't. A lot of the time, the pit stops are after the finish line.
Yes.
So you suffer. And we've just heard an
Yeah.
exploding car.
That was JB in the pits, I think.
Oh.
And
Okay. Yeah.
Many others probably.
Right at the end of the straight.
There we go. There's the scene of the crime, folks.
And I can say this now, but Roger, well done tonight, mate. He got 30 incident points.
Oh, legend. He's working on more.
I think he got 2 at the end there, to be fair, which won't
Yeah.
count towards the race. But 28 is some good going.
Well, spectacular racing yet again from these guys. Great to see such a big grid, and they've given us some entertaining racing tonight, that's for sure. And Alan on the chat, great to see his captain, he's referring to Carl, running in such company as those fast guys at the front.
He's not getting my vote, Alan. He didn't get incident points galore. Said I'd give him it if he got loads of incident points.
Right then, let's close this season out then. So, Spencer McCarthy is your final race winner of season 11. For Geodesic Racing, he finished a whole 4 seconds ahead of Stephen Walker in the end. And for Spectre 6, Carl Hardy finished 3rd for Safeguard by Result. Sam Blease finished 4th for Geodesic Racing. 5th was Matt Elmore for Spectre 6 Orange, with Michael Seal in 6th for Spiro by Result. Gary Craig finished 7th for BSTV Esports, with Jamie Jeffrey finishing 8th behind him for CCR. Jamie Wilson, the only finish in Honda, in 9th for Team Chimera. Mark Draper in 10th. Tony Walker in 11th for Spectre 6. Matt Flannery in 12th for Geodesic Racing White. Jason Haddington in 13th for RWC Racing Blue. 14th was Roger Morton for Safeguard by Result. 15th was Andrew Littler for Result Clothing. He's done really well there. He's moved up 5 positions from the start. Chris Needham was 16th for RWC Racing Red, with 17th being JB Dejoux. We saw him get that penalty, and it has penalised him after the race. For BSTV Esports, David Ayres finished 18th for Result Clothing iRacing Team, and Simon Trendle finished 19th, or did not finish technically. He quit out early, we're not sure why. We'll find out before the end of everything. So, Russ, do you want to run us through the finishing order for the championship if you have it?
Not yet. I'm nearly done. I've got one more set of results to paste in. Okay. I'm not that quick. I'm magic, but I'm not that magic.
I'll keep talking. Whilst
I'm neither there. One of my spreadsheets decided it wasn't going to work.
So let's see what's going on in the chat room. We've got a few people in for the chat. Whilst you're doing that, we will speak with, or I will speak with, if I can even make my mouse work properly. Spencer McCarthy, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Awesome. Never been better. Recovering from the COVID I had last week, and fantastic to come to Red Bull Ring. What a great race track this is for these cars. It seems to bring out the best and highest incidents in people.
Oh God, yeah.
You got yourself 2 victories tonight. Fantastic racing. I mean, you were head and shoulders ahead of the rest of them by
I seem to make the right breaks. Yeah, it seemed to sort of fall for me tonight. I think lap time wise, as always, it was nothing in it between me, Stephen, and Sam again, and even the return of Mark Draper. He was bang on it on the pace as well. Michael Searle in that second race had a brilliant race with him. The amount of low 140s that everyone was getting, it was amazing, really.
And what do you put your particular speed down to? We were on board with you. We were on board with Sam. You're very smooth through the corners, as you usually are. But for this track, it seemed to highlight it a little bit more. It emphasised the difference.
I think I'm starting to settle on a regular setup tweaks that I've been making. I've always been, obviously been BSTV for obviously a few seasons now. And I've always been someone that kind of doesn't really spend the time to learn the setup stuff. I do kind of grab a school set, be lazy, to sort of jump on and have some fun. And I've slowly been tuning what I like in the car, I guess. And obviously running with some other leagues and with you guys and with Stephen and Sam, we all share knowledge now, and it's really good. And we get into that balance now where I think I've settled on a set that works for me with the pedal combination I've got and the braking that I've got. You know what I mean? It's just things come together a little bit better, and you know, at the moment, I seem to be back in that place where I seem to be able to put the car where I want it to be.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
it seems. I think you've been working on your I rating as well. Because is that the first time that you've been at 6K, or have you been there before?
That's my highest I rating. I have been 6K before, so I
Right.
did get to 6000,
Right.
and then I ran away from official races for a while, going yay, and then and then I thought I'll never go back, and then I
Yeah.
went back after a couple of seasons. I think it was when I flipped in BSTV to do like the Veloster or the Honda, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when I flipped to the Honda, I was at 6K, and then I thought, oh, I'll do an official, and then I lost about 200 on the next race. So, yeah.
It's always great, isn't it? You get back in there and some clown
Yeah.
takes you out, and then bye I rating.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you. I mean, I keep a watchful eye on it because I like to see. You know, I see it in SDK where everybody's at, and it's the first time I've seen you at 6K.
Yep.
You know, in my head.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've not. I was there for a flash before. Yeah, let's see if I can sort of keep moving forward from there. I mean, my official, you know, now I'm back in the Elantra, and now we're kind of doing officials a bit more on a Tuesday. It's good fun. So I'll try and squeeze a bit more out of it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm trying to ignore it as much as possible because I do enjoy the league stuff more than anything really because you're racing with the same people in the friendships.
Yeah, and well, your partner in crime, Sam Blease, we suspect, and Russ is busy working on the numbers at the minute.
I've done it.
Oh,
I didn't want to interrupt you.
all right. So,
Done
do you want to make it official?
No, because I want you to pull Sam and Book in
Yeah.
together. Then we
Yeah,
can do it.
you can do that.
However,
okay.
Spencer, well done on the 5th. Considering you missed what, 2 rounds?
I think it was it 2. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You were only 10 points behind Matt.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
bragging
awesome.
rights.
Yeah, no, nice.
Calling him names.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, obviously, I think I had one mind on Sam, but I mean, Steve's obviously a good friend as well now, so I wasn't really particularly trying to help Sam out in the first race, but we got away, and that was that really. And in qualifying, we just worked together for some lap time. But yeah, I wasn't particularly favouring Sam tonight, but he's my teammate more than I suppose on livery.
More than your other teammate.
Yeah, exactly. So. But no,
that's class. Are you and the rest of the Geo team, which is a broader set of brackets than just the paintwork we see on the screen, are you all joining us, do you think, for season 12, which will start in a fortnight?
Yeah, Clio Cup, that'd be amazing.
Well, we've got those discussions to have, so there may be jokes out there, but it might be a viable option.
Maybe we do a week 13 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll throw something together and we'll all have a barnstorming race.
Yeah. I mean, for me, these cars don't feel particularly quick, I don't think. So jumping into a touring car that's even slower than these, I don't know. It might be closer racing. I don't know.
I used to race Clio Cups in the in R Factor 2 lots and lots of years ago. And my God, what a blast that is! It's just it's crazy. It's more door to door than even the TCRs get.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Let's see what the discussions and the test runs do next week, and then we'll get something launched ready for 2 weeks today for the start of season 12, whatever that will be.
Cool.
Any shout outs you want to make before we drag your teammate and his competitor in?
Well, look, it's the last race of the season. The biggest shout's got to go to you guys from me. Russ stepping in for the broadcast duties as well and helping Pete out, and Pete, trilling the knobs and saying the random stuff you do. It's brilliant to have you guys doing the broadcast, keeping the league going, keeping the organisation going behind it. Obviously, and to the wider BSTV crew, really. It's great that you put it on. It's a really friendly bunch. I hope it lives on for a long time, and we keep trying to push it and keep the friendly people in, and keep them sort of happy and motivated to keep doing the season.
Awesome stuff.
But yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
No worries. And we'll see you at some point next week. I'll probably broadcast whatever we do potentially. So let's.
You got to run it. You got to race it, Pete. Come on.
Yeah, all
it's
right, then
week,
I can come
week
last if you want.
13.
Yeah, why not?
It's week 13. Let's all get out there and have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, let's do that then.
You've not been able to do it for ages, and you won't be able to do
True.
it next season, so you might as well join for one race.
Yeah. Cool. In that case, we'll say goodbye to Spencer for this season and see him again in season 12. Thank you very much, Spencer. See you next
Cheers,
time.
guys.
Right. So you wanted them both in, did you?
We might as well. We did it last season at the end, didn't we?
We did,
Was it
yeah.
last
So,
season?
yeah, I
Or the
think
season
so,
before?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, in the booth, as long as I've pressed all the right buttons, we should have Sam and Stephen Walker. Good evening.
Me at least.
Oi, oi, Savaloy.
Oi, oi. So, we've brought you in together again. Like we did last time. Stephen, where did you finish? You're third in the first race, wasn't it? And second in the second.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. And Sam, you were second in the first and fourth in the second.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't have any fancy buttons for drum rolls or anything like that. But Russ is about to go through the finishing order for the championship. So if you had anybody owing you any money for any of this, apologies if you don't get the result you wanted. So go for it, Russ. Where did they finish?
Sam Blees in first, Stephen Walker in second, with an 8-point difference.
8 points? No way. Well,
So we went in tonight with 3 points different. Well, 11-point difference, and they ended up with 8 points difference between them.
oh,
And
dear.
I will say it now, Sam, is your arse twitching at the minute? Because you was on 14 incident points in the last part of that race.
So
And
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
still limping. Yeah, so you got it right at the end, Stephen, but Sam was doing it for probably 3 laps, 4 laps.
Yeah, about 3 laps. Yeah, I thought I could get away with the drive-through, but looking at how close it was, I couldn't.
No.
So I didn't mind it. So I only calmed down on the very last lap because then I knew it would have turned into a 40-second penalty.
Yeah.
But had I got the drive-through, it probably would have cost me the season. But yeah.
Oh dear, that's too close. That would have done
Yeah.
I'd have needed extra blood pressure pills. It has to be said.
Well, you might have, if you saw my last lap, it was
We-
about 3 seconds off the pace, and I didn't go near any curbs.
Yeah, we did. I
It
didn't
was
notice
as well.
when you was really close between you, Carl, and Stephen, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden it was like, "Where's Sam gone?" And just
Yeah.
seeing this Geo car slowly come around the corner, like, "Yeah, I'm not getting no penalty points."
I was just cruising.
I didn't
For Sunday
notice
drive.
that.
Driving Miss Daisy, as I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
referred to.
It is.
Yeah,
I didn't see it, but you got Spencer there, 140.1. Stephen, 140.1. Carl, 140.1. Sam Blees, 143.1.
Yep.
It's classic. And Stephen, I could see it. I could see you, like, trying to get cars behind you at the start of that second race. And would it have been one more position would have done it, or would it have had to be a victory?
I
two
would
more
have. I
positions.
needed another car between Sam and I. It was unfortunate that when I was overtaking Michael, we had a bit of a coming together, and I think that put Mark off as well. If I'd had those two between Sam and I, obviously it would have been different. But it is what it is. Sam's driven brilliantly, totally deserves it. It's been tough to even get anywhere near him. He's really upped his pace in the last couple of months. It's been tough. So I just go back to Road Atlanta, which was my lowest scoring round, and I got a speed. I just put the limiter off just as I was exiting the pits, maybe a millisecond too early, and got the penalty. And that's essentially what's cost me the chance to win it.
Yeah, it's fine
Things turned out
margins.
differently, but
Very
just
fine.
one mistake. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got to be on it the entire season to beat these guys.
Yeah, and Sam, have you already started to peel the number 1 sticker off the side of that Elantra, or?
I mean, I think I'll give him the evening, but the bailiffs will be round in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have it ready, mate. Don't worry.
Funny
You might have to
stuff.
find it in the toilet though.
Yeah.
after you-
Several flushes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Will
dear.
there be some remnants of Lucky Pants down there as well?
No, they've been obliterated this
I was
season.
gonna say, neither of you needed them this season. You
No.
don't even need them.
That's
I think if anything, you've lent them to Matt Elmore.
Thinking about it off the top of my head, I believe that tonight, with Sam finishing 4th, is possibly the first time he's finished off the podium in any race that he's attended this season, I believe.
No, I think there was one where he had an incident with another car and he
Oh,
ended
yeah,
up way
last week,
back.
wasn't it?
last week was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah, because he
Oh, I forgot
decided
about
to
that.
mess up the pits.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because at the start of last week, Sam had a 27-point lead.
Mhm.
So I tried my best to get it down. It was just I can't do any more really.
No.
Well, to be honest, obviously, Sam, you didn't turn up for one of the races. Your
Yeah.
drop round was that 0 points. But
Yeah.
if you hadn't, depending on what score you got at the one where you didn't turn up, your lowest score was 99, whereas Stephen, yours was 101
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
of the races that you did.
I mean, that says everything, doesn't it? That shows the level at which you two are driving at the moment. So, quick and brief discussion. Season 12 is just ahead of us in a fortnight's time. Are you both going to be racing this league for that one? And if so, are we going to have a fellowship of the G-string to try and sort out what we actually race and what the format is?
I mean, yeah, I'm keen for that. I'm not gonna. I'm pretty set. I'm pretty sure I'll carry on racing. But I'm definitely up for discussions around what that looks like and when that starts and how that works and all of that.
Awesome. And Stephen?
I'm not going to commit to anything. Feel like I need a bit of a rest. I've been doing a lot of it at the minute.
Mhm.
No doubt I'll turn up in a Honda somewhere. Um,
Or
I have to say-
Cleo. Or a Cleo.
yeah, after saying that, but more than happy to help out if you guys need anything, and I'll probably be there. Let's face it.
If the Clio's in the discussion, then yeah, that changes things for me in a good way. I'm
Right.
more keen for that than if anything else.
Okay. We shall meet early next week then and set something up, as we discussed with Spencer, for a test race of whatever it is we agree, and see how that goes. Stephen, fantastic series and season again. I thought for most of the season it was going to be yours because you were just about on top all the way through. But in the latter stages, Sam, you've pulled a number, and you've shown absolute class and calibre. So congratulations to you both for your relative positions. And sadly, that number one, Stephen, you're gonna have to give it up.
Yeah, I knew I was. Sam had the lead for pretty much all the season, to be honest. There was one point where there was a 50-point gap, so I managed to get it down. And I think I did jump into the lead, and then I had a rubbish round. But overall, yeah, Sam's just been too good to compete with. So it's been fun. We've had some good races over the season, and strategies come into it in a few races as well. And I normally suck at that, so I've improved at that at least. So yeah, it's been a good season. I think the format change we've all agreed upon works really well. I think it brings for close racing. It's another season that's gone right down to the last. There's a single-digit points difference. So plenty of people turned up, new people that are fast, that are great to race, and just goes from strength to strength, really, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree with all of that. It's been cracking racing all season, and it's been excellent having Spencer and Stephen in particular. Sort of, we're all pushing each other to go faster, and we're getting to know each other more because we're racing in other places as well. But it's just, yeah, it's been a really good fun season, good clean racing, and yeah, as Stephen said, I think the format's been excellent. I've been really happy with that change. I like you still got the pit stops, you still got a bit of strategy in there. So yeah, it's been a big success in my eyes. I've really enjoyed it. So
Awesome.
Thank you everyone for, and particular, Pete and Russ for doing the commentary and putting the stream on and organising everything. Because if you weren't doing
massive.
that, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, massive shout out to you guys for sorting that out and getting everything together. before we started the season, because obviously we weren't sure whether we were going to get another season. So the fact that we have, and it's been probably one of the best ones, and again, in my opinion, just shows what community that are here that we've got. So yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. No, well said, and thanks to you guys for brilliant racing and massive entertainment value all the way through. I couldn't have asked for more out of you guys. Brilliant. Russ, anything else from you before I evict these guys back into the interview room?
No, again, like you said, well raced by both of them. It's brilliant to see them carry on. Like, you could see moments where people were pushing themselves either because it was like, I'm angry, I'm having him, I'm getting him back up again. Just the sheer closeness of them both. Like, you can see that there's not just people at the back challenging up further up the field. It's everyone in the league has gone from where they were to a lot more consistent. I mean, Sam, the main example I said earlier, you had a season where you had your off tracks and you had to lose a couple of rounds due to not being here. And from then, you've just improved. Stephen, I'll say this, forever in a day, you're an alien. You have got other aliens to compete with, which is good to see. But it's also giving you that push to get faster as well. Like, between all three of the S's, you just going off each other's pace, and it's like he's just gained like a second on that. What the hell's gone on there? And it does give you. It's good to see. I don't think there's anyone else that competes with you just yet. Michael's getting there, but again, he found his feet, and for some reason, he only finds his feet in race 2. So we've had a discussion about that. But we want to see more people up there with you, and I still don't think there's going to be anyone. I can't think of anyone on any given track. There's a few tracks that will be close, but it's still the 3 S's that are up front. But I think you all strive off each other and push for each other. So it's good to see. So thank you for it this season.
It's good to have a top 3 from Gio, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. and we already had confirmation from Spencer that his other teammate did well as well this season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Classic. Right, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you, hopefully, both of you, next season.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Cheers.
Ooh, and Sam flushed himself, which is good. Right. Where is he? There he is. Right, next into the booth will be, for your interview pleasure, if you're all right doing it, Russ, Carl, the Pie Man, Hardy.
How do the Pie Man?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Did you enjoy your mid-race snack? when we caught a glimpse of you going to get a pie, but qualifying didn't go quite as well as I thought it would do for you.
I told you last week, mid-pack.
No, but you're full of. I can't say it because we'll get shouted at by Pete, but you are full of it. This season you have going, but what we've just talked about. Everyone has gained speed this season. If I jump in that car now, I am nowhere near you guys because you've all gained speed this season, and you've had some exceptional results. In practice, you was doing really well. So, you telling me your mid-pack is a bit of a kick in the face for the people that are mid-pack, Carl? I won't lie.
No, I don't think so. It's just super competitive, isn't it, this league? So, and that's what it is. Bloody Jamie Jeffries was bloody rapid.
He was rapid, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah,
scary.
Again, he didn't qualify that high up, I don't think. I think you and... Where did you both
we were
finish?
together, I think.
You were together, weren't you?
Yeah, we were together.
And then we go into race 1, and you finished in 7th, which is where you qualified?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
What it was because obviously 2 fat kids going around the corner don't go. and Matt lost. So I went to carry on, and then I went to slow down, and then I asked the others where he was. And Dave went, he's behind me, and I went, I ain't waiting. So I carried on.
To be fair, he was like full on drift mode off the track, and I think he waited at the side of the track to let people through because, as you know, that corner's not exactly nice if the car's coming on it, mid corner.
Yeah. Bless him. Burn away. He called me a name and then carried on, so it's fine.
Which you're used to now, isn't it? Oh, he says a lot of people. He calls a lot of people a lot of things, and we all just ignore him.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just ask him how to unzip a folder.
He's not lying, is he? So it's fine.
No,
Got broad shoulders. So
Yeah.
big stomach. It's fine.
Well, this time it was definitely two blimps trying to overtake each other, wasn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
And then we went into race 2, and you started on second.
I did.
I think you lost a position at the start.
I gained a position.
No, you gained, yeah. You overtook Michael, who was, again, on top form at first, going into race 2. You need to tell him off. He needs to turn up in race 1, not just race 2.
He was in race 1.
No, as in he needs to turn up and race properly.
Oh,
He has this thing where he doesn't race in race 1, but time race 2 comes, he gets dead racy and generally does really well.
I think that's him just waking up, mate.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So obviously you got the lead early, and then it was a case of watching them that timer come down for Spencer chasing
Well, Michael
behind.
was doing me a favour, to be fair, holding up Spencer.
For as long as he could,
yeah, and he said it. He goes, okay, he's got past me now, and obviously I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I'm never going to keep Spencer behind me, Jesus. But it took him a lot longer than I thought, though.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised about that.
Well, there was a few moments where I think I commented saying you were still keeping the gap, and then all of a sudden the commenter's curse kicked in, and it was like, no, he's 0.8 behind him again.
Yeah, honestly, it was like, I don't know, it was 1.5, and then it was all of a sudden 8 tenths.
Yeah.
Like, what have I done wrong?
Well, I've said that. I said to Pete, I don't know if Carl's done something here, or if Spencer's just turned the NOS on, or what, because he just appeared behind you.
Yeah, I had no idea what. But I held it there for a little while, and then it went to half a second, and I was like, that's fine, that's cool. Because I was expecting it, so it's, he's a lot quicker than what I am. So, and then when he went past, I thought, well, I'll just hang on the back of him.
And you did exactly that.
Yeah. And then obviously pit stops. I knew Steve was probably going to get me. So I knew I was going to come out, or I had an idea I was going to come out behind Steve, and then I just stayed on the back of him, which I was quite surprised about, to be fair. But he kept on making silly little mistakes, so I think that helped me out. And obviously the toe, so yeah, it was all right. It's good.
And you disappointed all your race fans, apart from Alan. Alan's loving you in chat today. But the rest of your race fans that thought you was going to get 2 pit stops in race 2.
Yeah, it was shit, wasn't it?
And you lied to us.
Well,
you only ended up with 11 incident points, Carl. What is that all about?
I know. I didn't try hard enough, mate. I mean, Roger done it for the team, though, bless him, so it's all right.
With his 30.
yeah, I've got to try hard. I can't let him beat me like that.
No, I think he's outdone you there, mate.
Proper though, isn't he? Proper.
Yeah. He went for it. He was definitely set on tonight as being the highest incident points he was ever going to get in a race.
To be fair, if I was as rubbish as what Roger was like tonight, then I'd have probably done the same. Driving around at the back, I mean, you don't care about your 1Xs, do you?
Do you know how many incident points he got in total tonight?
No idea.
42. That's just in the 2 races. That's excluding qualifying.
Bless him.
Where he ended up.
It was so funny.
He got 46 in total, including qualifying.
I think I don't know how long into the race we were. It didn't seem that long into the race, and he went, "Do you reckon I can do the rest of the race on 14X?" I was like, "My God!"
Yeah, it was early on.
And I looked. I was only on 3.
Yeah, I think he was the first to hit double figures, and then continue to see it go up and up and up. And I think at the end we had like 4 drivers on 14 times, one of which was JB, who got a slowdown or a 40-second drop at the end. And then there was 3 people that had actually had to pit due to incident points, which you wasn't one of them. So well done on that one.
Shock.
You know,
horror.
you lied to me, is what you did. You promised me you'd be in that pit 3 times.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect to be at the front, so I had to behave a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Good results for you this season as well. Did you miss a round?
I did, yeah.
You did. You were 6th
Yeah.
behind Spencer. Which, to be honest, being behind Spencer isn't a bad thing considering how fast he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's all right.
you're going to get the bragging rights of Matt Elmore cap as he finished 4th in the season.
Yeah, it's all right.
So
Everyone deserves a
I'll let
bit
you
of luck, don't they? He's all
Yeah,
right.
I'll let
He's
you.
done so well
He has done well this season.
So well. Yeah, he's found some serious pace. But,
Yeah.
that's enough of him.
So obviously we've got the next season coming up.
Yep.
Are you going to be around for it?
100%.
Are you happy with the what's it called? What do you call the meeting, Pete?
The Fellowship of the G-String.
The Fellowship of the G-String happening again? You gonna come and
if I
have
missed
a
something.
chat? They're gonna have a chat about what's up and what are our choices for next season, track wise,
Okay, when's that?
car wise.
I'll probably
Whenever-
organise that for like Monday or something.
Pete sorts it out, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I'll be about.
Because Pete's also going to get behind a car and race.
Right.
Since he doesn't get to do it any other time of the season.
When you say race, you mean just drive around, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's going to have wobbly in his ear telling him how to go quicker. So, well done this season, mate. Is there any shout-outs you want to give?
100% you two. I don't know who else is in the background, but I know Clyde struggled this season. So, and to him, obviously, brilliant league what you run. So, well done to you. Hats off. And all the drivers, obviously my teammates, but all the drivers are like really, really good. It's the best league, and it's just the drivers what make that. So, well done to them.
Thank you, Carl.
That's me done.
That is Carl done. And we will hopefully see you next season, mate.
Yeah, I'll be about, definitely.
Ciao.
All right, take care, lads. Well done.
Enjoy your pie.
No, I'm going for 2, maybe 3 to treat myself.
Mate, you deserve it after a 3rd place.
Yeah. Yes.
See you later.
All right,
buddy.
take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, tell me, where did Gary end up? Is he 3rd in the
I
championship?
was going to say, you can either pull Gary through for finishing 3rd in the championship, or... just Gary. There's only Gary. Unless you want to entreat him to get capping at some point.
Probably, yeah. We'll tear him one later. But in the booth right now is our 3rd place championship finisher, Gary Craig. Good evening.
Hello.
I expected you to be higher up from your qualifying position, it has to be said. And I don't know whether you've just had a car that struggled tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, right, okay. Because we saw you losing positions in the second race. We saw you move a little bit back in the first one. No, forward in the first one. But you just seem to lack a little bit of the punch and the speed that the Velocitas had on other tracks.
It's been so inconsistent over the course of a race. I don't know whether the tyres aren't warming up, whether I'm overheating them, but I can drive for 20 minutes and it feels like absolute crap. And then one lap at the end, I'll just go faster by 4/10.
Right.
And it happened on the last lap of the second race there. If I didn't get a slowdown in the last corner, I was on for almost getting the fastest lap of the race out of nowhere. I went 4/10 quicker on the last lap, and I was 5/10 up until I got the off track. And I was struggling so much. Like early on, I got a bit bullied. I kind of gave people space on the inside and I got hung out on the outside, and other people sent it in. I accidentally charged Jamie Jeffrey, I think, into the final corner one lap. I apologise for that. I think I missed my brake points a little bit, and ended up making a bit of contact there. But I don't know whether I picked up damage early on because I took an early pit stop to take my free pit repair, and it did seem to help in the second half of that race. I did go a bit better.
Yeah, we saw your car behaving very strangely at one point going through the double left-hander section.
Is it when I drifted it?
Yeah. Yeah,
the entire way.
yeah, it looked very odd. But you get good style points, so that's fine.
Good.
But after all of that, 24 races, you've finished the season in third. Got yourself a bag of bragging rights. Let's look forward to next season now. Season 12, I don't know what it'll look like or even what cars it'll be, given the discussions that are going on Discord at the moment. I aim to have a fellowship meeting.
Let's wait until we try suggested other cars, perhaps.
Yeah. So, are we expecting you back for a season 12, or as the Veloster broken Gary?
No, I'll be back. I enjoy the Veloster. If we do TCR again, I'll probably still drive the Veloster because I just not a huge fan of how the Elantra drives, and it'll be more about trying to wrangle the faster drivers out of the Elantra. To be honest, I think that would be a lot more fun. So that would be my preferences because I think that the Clio is going to be fun, but it's going to be the same kind of thing, just slower. So I don't think it's going to add anything other than we do fewer laps, honestly.
Right.
But let's wait until we try it. Maybe it's a blast and everyone's going to love it, and it might get loads of new entries because there's a new car. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always possible. In terms of where you hope to finish this season, is third higher or lower than where you were aiming for?
Well, since that I started the season having just had 6 months off and was well off the pace, I definitely would like to thank Spencer for not turning up for 2 or 3 rounds. Because that's the only reason why I'm in third. If Spencer was here for those extra F4 races, he would have been challenging for the championship as well. My real battle had been with Carl and Cap and Simon as well. Obviously, Simon was battling the Honda as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he had some great pace at certain races. Cap's been incredibly quick this season. He just, I managed to kill him enough times to put him down. and Carl's been mega quick as well, but he's missed a couple of rounds too. So again, I think if Carl and Spencer were both here looking at their points now, I think they probably both would have had me.
Right, okay.
Spencer definitely, but maybe Carl as well.
Well, there's things still to aim for in another season then, isn't there, which is good. And hopefully, like you say, we can attract a few more people, whatever format we take on. Mark Draper has obviously joined us for this race. And let's hope he enjoyed the experience, to be honest. So
yeah, it'd be good if we get a few more of those guys who do the SRL on the Friday. Like, there's a few people who've done this in the past, and there's a lot of guys over there who are, it's a very similar kind of atmosphere. It's quite friendly and fun, so it'd be good to try and tap that crowd as well. Get Dan Mould on it.
Yeah.
Get him to enter a team.
Yeah, why not? So, any shout-outs you want to make before we let you go and prepare and start practicing for next season?
Yeah, to you and to Russ especially for keeping the league and the broadcast going, because I know there's been a lot going on and it takes a lot of time, and it's not, life doesn't always go smoothly in the background. So I know that you guys have kind of dragged the broadcast through this season. So props to you guys for making it happen, because it's time consuming and it's not easy with real life. So especially to you two, everyone who's raced this season, but well done to Sam and to Wook finishing. It was 5 or 8 points I make. It depends on how we count penalties, but well done to those guys for getting such a tight battle to the line. And again, just everyone else, really good season, good racing.
Well said. And we will see you next time out. I'll probably see you tomorrow when we book our flights. But
are you doing that tomorrow? Are you going to do that tomorrow?
I am,
because we've been talking about this for 2 months now.
I know,
we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to do it tomorrow.
Promise.
Promise. Pinky
Can
promise.
you just buy the flights on the door? Can you just turn up at the plane with some money?
I was going to say, but what if Wobbly gets COVID again?
Well, it will get COVID again.
That'll be COVID episode 14 for him, won't it?
It's fine. We'll just get a hotel.
Catches every other day.
We'll just have a weekend in Amsterdam without him.
Yeah.
Just catch it with him.
Well, maybe. It's probably one of the lesser things you can catch in Amsterdam. But anyway, we'll see you for next season, and I'll catch up with you on the future of this particular format next week. Gary Craig.
Sweet. Nice one, guys. Catch you later.
See you later, Gary.
Right. next into the booth for a round of abuse, I mean an interview, is a Geo driver called Cap. Good evening.
Oh, hello.
Here we go again. Races of reasonably mixed fortunes tonight. Race 1, you got kind of muscled off, didn't you? And ended up.
Which time?
Was that the Carl Hardy one?
No,
Or what was that the time before?
the one that Gary got in when he said
Oh,
he was
it was
going to
Gary.
the game.
Yeah, that's
Can
right.
I just put it out there that Gary said in Russell's company that he was going to do that to me before the race?
Russell said it. Yeah.
I think there's a conspiracy theory going on here.
But it's good that you're not bitter about it.
No, I'm not bitter. I called him a name, and I called Carl the same name, and it rhymes with fat.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Excellent. Got it. But, I mean, talk to us about your season, because as a number of people have mentioned in these interviews, you've raised the bar for yourself this season. You finished higher than I remember you finishing.
Nah, I was 4 points behind Sam the season before last to win the championship. Went into the last round and winning.
Right, okay. Oh yeah, no, that does ring a bell now. But yeah, your competitiveness and the regularity with which you get into the top spots, I think, has definitely improved. Is that down to anything in particular, or is it more practice? Is it because you're a Geo driver now? What is that?
I've been putting, I wouldn't say I've been putting in more practice, but I've been putting in a little bit more effort and watching other people's laps and trying to learn from. I mean, it's can't hide it from Sam, Spencer, and Wook. You just watch their laps, watch the way they take certain corners, watch what gear they're going in, and just try and do my own take. And I'm not quite there, but I'm leaps and bounds more consistent and faster than what I've had been previous. So I'm going the right direction.
And what sort of things do you need to work on next, do you think, in order to
Stop driving with my rear view mirror.
Okay.
My rear view mirror is my worst enemy.
Right, bit of Italian driving for you then, yeah?
Yeah.
Chuck that over your shoulder.
Behind me.
Yeah.
Especially when you got the likes of Gary behind you, it's coming through like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good league though, isn't it? It's been
it is.
You know, for all that everybody says everything, it's competitive banter.
100%.
Yeah. Are we looking at a Matt Elmore in a season 12, whatever that looks like?
No, I'm gonna have a season off.
Right.
I've got a dodgy leg, and no, far from it. I'm really massively into it, and I'm gutted I didn't sign up for another league at the same time. But I've got something wrong with my hip, and it's painful. So unless that goes, I'm probably gonna have a season off.
Yeah, well, fair enough. You got to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you'll have to make time to take care of yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, just leave it so there's only one fat kid on the track.
There's only just enough room on some of these tracks. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and convalesce?
No, as you guys, everyone on track. I mean, it's only bad with Garrett. Well, as soon as he hit me, I was going to come on the speaker and say, Russ, remember the conversation? And me and Carl had a good bit of door banging. It's just 100% two fat kids don't go into the same corner racing incident. Do you know what I mean? But I enjoyed tonight, to be fair. I had to fight really, really hard to come back through the pack. I think I was 18th after the second time I had a little bit of an episode.
Yeah.
So, you're lucky I didn't start shouting there because Fred's just scored to make it 3-1 for Man United. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's a good season. If I can sort this leg out next season, whether it be TCR Clio's, we'll see. I want to race, but it's whether I can or not, I don't know.
No, it's honest of you to say that to us and to yourself, to be honest. It's too easy to push through sometimes and ignore what your body's telling you. But we hope to see you. But I'd rather know that you've got yourself on the mend before you rejoin us. In that case, we will not see you for next season, but we'll hopefully see you
you
on the
never know.
chat.
No, if I'm racing, I'll be here. If I can, I'll
Cool.
be here.
Okay, right, cool. Well, hopefully we will. And you do as well, if not better, than you've done this season. So, well done for this one, Matt Elmore.
Nice one, lads. Cheers.
Right then, and one more to bring in. If I can control my mouse a bit better, and then it'd help. Is Jamie Wilson. Good evening.
Hello, mid-sentence as usual. Well done.
As always, it eases people into
Got
the
a sixth
interview
sense for
room.
that.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's talk about the Honda here tonight. Were you wrestling an untamed evil beast?
No, I actually got it handling pretty well for me. It was very loose, very nose happy and that kind of thing. It's just the classic thing of put your foot down out the corner and the Lancia pulls away.
Yeah, we saw it a lot. Yeah.
That said, I was running virtually no wing on the thing, and at the end of the straights, we weren't actually that bad. Once it's got some legs on it, it does actually come back at the home dice. So it's not enough to do anything with it.
Yeah, we saw the pair of you do a meteoric rise through the field in the second race. I think you both got 6 positions before the second turn, which is pretty impressive. I know you're good at, I call it gating because I watch Speedway. I know you're good at launching on the grid, but that was pretty special. And then you continued to both make your way forward, either through other people's indiscretions or through your own abilities. But yeah, what happened to Simon in the end?
No, he had FPS issues, technical dramas going on the whole time, and then he had a really bad stutter as he came out the pits, and it gave him a unsafe pit exit.
Right.
And at that point, it was because he's in VR as I am. Having FPS trouble in VR is pretty grim. So he was feeling it at that point and was like, "No, I need to fix this. I need to deal with it." So.
No, that's reasonable, and to be expected. You can't race with something attached to your eyeballs that's doing things like that. That's no fun for anyone. Well, let's look ahead to where did Jamie finish in the season, Russ? Have you got the standings still?
Yeah, he finished 7th.
That's pretty damn
behind
good, isn't
Carl.
it? Yeah, and Simon, was he a little bit higher? Or no, he'd be lower, wouldn't he? Because he missed a couple of races along the way.
Do you not have faith in Gary's table then? Because I'm 8th on that.
No, I've just not got it in front of me.
So I'm 8th, Simon's 7th, apparently.
Okay. In that case, do we expect to see the Chimera boys back for a season 12?
Me, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Simon's probably going to take a season off.
Right. Okay.
Which he does now and again, as you know. So, but yeah, as for car choice, which I know is going to be the next question, not sure. We'll wait for the notes, see if anything does change. Probably not, but
you would think they've got to do something to balance that car up, if nothing else.
Yeah, it just needs a nudge.
Yeah.
As I say, I understand iRacing's sort of vision being more based on the endurance and longer tracks basically, and not sprint format, because it's all IMSA based TCR for iRacing. So
yes,
the fact that the Honda is actually not that terrible at top end speed, that suits a track like Road America or Daytona or something like that. So they have to balance it across that use case as well as ours doing sprint races around Oran Park. So it wouldn't malign them if they do nothing, but yeah, I mean, I'd be open to maybe switching to the Veloster or something. Especially if Simon's not doing it, because Simon can't stand the Veloster. So
right, okay.
He thinks it's an abomination and should have been ditched at the design stage because it looks awful. So if he's not going to drive, then that opens that option up for me, I suppose. So yeah, I could do that for a season, I suppose.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, I'd be open to maybe switching to the Veloster or something. Especially if Simon's not doing it, because Simon can't stand the Veloster. So he thinks it's an abomination and should have been ditched at the design stage because it looks awful. So if he's not going to drive, then that opens that option up for me, I suppose. So yeah, I could do that for a season, I suppose. And then, of course, there's the inevitable question on the other side of the fence as to Clio's question mark. So,
well, as Gary said, we don't know what they're going to drive like yet, do we? So, we'll have all those discussions. I'm going to try and organise something for Monday or Tuesday, and then actually race something on Wednesday, and see what we all think of it, or multiple its, and see what we want to do as part of the fellowship. So we'll sort that out, and I'll invite everybody into those discussions. Excuse me. What was I going to ask you next? I can't remember now. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your 8th or 7th? Who knows?
Gary does, because he's just things right.
No, Gary's got a round in that Simon backed out of before the race started.
So he wouldn't have actually generated points for that one. Right,
No.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, anybody you want to shout out
to? Yeah, Gary for doing the points wrong, apparently. No, Simon for persevering. It was frustrating from various points this season, and you persevered with it. It's fair enough. I'm less fussed, I suppose, as long as I'm in the thick of it, as I've explained before. Mm-hmm. So, and most of the season that was true. Certainly at the start with the Great Wall of Honda stuff, it was great fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It may have been a few smaller walls in the more recent rounds, lower down the order, but it's all good fun. I had some really good races with Roger Morton, Jamie Jeffrey, people like that, sort of in that midfield pack, and the racing there was just as good as it is at the front, as hopefully you would have seen. So, thanks to those guys, thanks to everyone that turns up and is sustaining this league. Going forward, we don't really have a great deal of kind of drop off now, do we?
No, it's been very healthy for a few seasons.
Yeah, so credit to the league that we're all still here. We're not dipping in and out or can't be bothered or that sort of thing. There is value in doing it. So even in a Honda. So so thanks to you guys for putting it on and for the broadcast and Russ jumping in the booth, and all of that good stuff. Looking forward to more of the same.
No, great stuff. And we look forward to seeing you race in season 12. Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
Right then, Russ, 2 things before we finish up this season. One of them is my shout-outs. So I have to shout out to Wobbly. It's forced upon me because he joined us in the booth a couple of times. So thanks to him for joining us and his excuses and being a big girl and having a sore throat for this one. Thanks to you particularly for spending your Wednesday evenings in the booth chatting with me over this great racing that we both love. But your commentary is matured significantly since the start. You can tell now that you're not bothered, that it's people watching, however many dozens of them there are each time. It's become a lot more professional, a lot more chiselled and moulded, and you've done really well, and I've fully appreciated you being there, so thank you very much for that. And thanks to all the racers and the viewers and the Jack James fan club and Alan Toon and all the other regulars and stalwarts that either turn up and race or turn up and watch. You are what makes this league as successful as it is. There will be a season 12 and we'll have to mould whatever that is into something as successful as we've got right now. And then our second point, Russ, which is driver of the evening. And I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't got a clue right now.
Me neither.
Right, what we're going to do. Let me walk through this. Spencer got 2 race victories. It's hard to overlook, isn't it? Stephen did everything he physically could to try and pry the lead of the league away from Sam. Equally, Sam did the same to try and keep that lead. The fattest car on the track, Carl Hardy, did a good job. And we've seen him in third places before, though. So I don't think that's driver of the evening stuff. Matt Elmore got elbowed off too many times. Michael Seal was rapid. That could be a good one. And then I'm looking further down. Mark Draper rejoined us and did very well, but he was never going to be competitive with whatever else was going on. Anybody in there stand out for you?
It's hard tonight. I'm looking at the results going, I can't even think of any outstanding moments. To me, I'm probably going to give it to Spencer. He turned up tonight with no worries about the championship and absolutely smashed it around the track. And he's the only one I can think of that, he did well in both races. He obviously came first in both. And he's nailed it, I think, tonight. There's nothing outstanding that I can think of other than that.
No, and I have to second that because given everybody else's performances, he's done remarkably well. He's raced his own stablemate, who is in the battle for the championship, and has decided, you know what, I'm here to race. I'm not here to sit behind you and watch you. I think that's worth a shout out. So I'm going to vote the same way. So I am also going to vote for Spencer McCarthy. Right, what does that do to the standings in the driver of the meeting? It means that in joint third place we have 5 drivers. Carl Hardy, Gary Craig, Matt Elmore, Simon Trendle and Roger Morton. In joint second place with 3 points is Spencer McCarthy and Stephen Walker. And leading from quite early on, the winner of our driver of the meeting for this season is Tony Walker. He did so well at the beginning of the season. I think he, made himself known to us right at the start, didn't he? And got himself a bag full of points. So congratulations to Tony Walker. And hopefully we'll see him next season and continuing to improve. I'm not surprised by that either, are you? Because he had a great start to the season.
He was very dubious about joining at first because he was like, I'm going to be slow. And I think he's
not, though,
proven that he's not slow. And he's had his races. We all have the one track that either doesn't suit us or we have a nightmare around. We all have them races. But I generally think for the most part of this season, he's brought it and pushed the car. I mean, it's the Elantra, so it's OP. But he's pushed himself and the car to positions that he probably wouldn't have expected because he's not the type of person to go around. He's a bit like Stephen. He doesn't expect to be in the top part of the grid. But we've seen him turn up and he's ended up being in the top half of the grid, which is good for someone new.
It is. He's held himself together really well. He's had some sketchy ones, but he's had some really, really good races and good finishes, and he's not scared to tussle, which is brilliant. And good to see him learning so much from his clearly super fast brother. In that case, Russ, it's just for us to say our thanks again, in my case, and close season 11 down. So thanks again to everybody that watches, everybody that races, and to anybody that's joined me in the booth, with a special shout out to Russ, who's been invaluable all season. So thank you, Russ, and thanks to everybody. We will see you for a equally as exciting season 12. Over to you, Russ.
Thanks for having me, Pete. It's good to be here. It was fun, especially having a break. I do miss the driving, but we'll see what happens next season. Thanks to you and thanks to everyone for racing, and we'll catch you next season.